What's up guys and welcome back to Coding Made Easy. In this video I'm going to be teaching you how to create a 7 up 7 down game in Python with the model Tickender. It will be a text based version of the game, so it won't be visually impressive but a great way for the beginners to nourish their Python skills. So you will use the Tickender library of Python to do this. So we first just import the model Tickender as TK because we don't wanna refer Tickender every time. And we will also just import the random module of Python for the randomly generating letters. And we can just make the root. So already is just type of root equals to tk.tk. This will just make our root, and now we can just make a main loop for the root. So the main loop. So first let's just give it a title. So just type of root dot title and just give it a title of 7 up 7 down game tutorial. And now we can just type out root dot main loop, and now we can code in our main game. So I'm just gonna be typing canvas equals to tk dot. Also this is not gonna be a dedicated tutorial on Tickender because I already have made a tutorial. So if you wanna check that out, just go ahead and check my secret diary tutorial. It will teach you how to do that. So it's gonna be in the root, and it will have a height of height and a width of width, which we will define above. And we just type out canvas dot back, and now can just define it and width over here. So just type out game variables, and you can just type out height equals to 500 and width equals to 500, and that should hopefully make a canvas for us. There we go, and we also got the title. Pretty cool. Now let's just make the upper frame. So make the frame. All we do is just type of frame equals to tk dot frame, and it's obviously gonna be in the root, and it will be having a bg of something like red, and it will also be having a pd of 5 just because I want a good and not some really fat border but also not really thin. And we just place it to a just real height of something like 0.15 with a real width of 0.9 and with a real x or something like 0.2, and also just put a real y of something like 0.15, and actually instead of 0.2 let's go 0.05, and we can see we have a good little frame, but I think I want it a little bit above, so I'm just gonna go with 0.05 over here also, and I feel this looks pretty better. So now we can make the entry. So all we do is just type out entry equals to tk dot entry, and it's gonna be in the frame, and it will also be having a font size of 40 because we don't want it to have all of the really little text, so that's why we just do entry dot place, and we want it to be having a rel height of something like 1, and we also want it to be having a rel width of something like 0.6, and we can also go ahead and get a rel x. Actually, we don't need a rel x and a rel y. I think we will be able to do it only with the height and width. And we have an entry, but I just feel it's a little bit too big, so I'm just gonna reduce its height to something like 0.85. Should hopefully okay, and I will also need to specify a rel y for this, so I'm just gonna go with 9, and we are gonna go with a rel y of something like 0.05, because only 0.1 is left, so if we want to balance it we have to divide 1 by 2, which will be 0.05, and we can get a good nicely aligned entry where we can enter the text. I could go ahead and change the BG and FG color, but I don't want to do that. So now what I'm going to be doing is make the button. So make a comment, make the button. All we do is just type out button equals to tk dot button, and it's gonna be in the frame, and also be having a text of something like, let's just go is bit, and we can just do button dot place, and we're gonna give it a height of 0.9, and we also want to get a width of 0.35. So if I would go with 0.4, then the button will really overlap on the border, so that's why. And we also want to give it a x or something like 0.63. So we got the rel x and all of that placing really nicely, but the rel y placing is not the best right now. So I'm just gonna go and get a little rel y of 0.05, and we can see it's pretty cool. We got this. Obviously, we haven't got any function bound to the button, but still, we got something going on. So now we can make the lower frame. Just make a comment. Make the lower frame. All we do is just type out lower underscore frame equals to tk dot frame, and this one is also going to be the root, and we also want to get a bg of red and a what do you say, a bd of 5, and we can just go ahead and do lower underscore frame dot place, and we're gonna give it a real height. So this one is a little bit tricky because we have to check out all of the different values, so that's why this is a little bit trickier. So I'm gonna go with ideal height in accordance with this frame on the top. So I'm gonna go with ideal height or something like 0.7, and we also wanna go with ideal width of 0.9, and I'm gonna be copying the rel x of the top, cause that then it will align both of them in a straight line, which will look a bit better. So we can give it a y of something like 0.5, I think. And that would be really cool. Actually, let's go 3. I think it should have worked. So as you can see, the alignment is proper, but this is a little bit too big. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make this to something like 0.5. As I think if it's 0.5 will look okay. So it's a bit too short. So you just gotta play around with these values. So let's see, let's go 6, 3. Yes, this is the thing I was wanting. So now we can just make a label where we can display the computer's bed. So let's just go here, make the label. All we do is a step of label equals to tk dot label, and we also gonna be and we're gonna keep it in the lower frame, and we're gonna also, yeah, I don't think we need any more attributes, and we can just go label dot place, and we can just give it a height of 1 and a width of 1. The reason why I'm not giving it a x and a y is because if we give it a width and a y height of 1, it will automatically occupy all of that. As you can see, we have got it all. So now let's just go ahead and code the function to the button. So just go here and make a comment on functions. This should be above the root, just take care of that. I'm first going to be making a test function. I will pass it the parameter of entry, and all we will do is just print out button clicked, not more than that. And what I'm going to be doing is just going to my button and just giving it a command which will be a lambda expression. And what was the name of the function? I think it was test. Yes, it was test. And we just type out entry dot get, and that should hopefully do that. And if we press the button, we can see it's running out button clicked, button clicked, button clicked. There it. Also, you can see that it's not that good in resizing, but still the cool thing is that this is a pretty good and good project to nourish your skills, and it's also such a small window, so you can just go and just place a bet and just play the game. So let's just jump back and let's also make another test. Print this is the entry and plus entry. Okay, so it's working as I expected it to, which I think is pretty cool. Let me just see if it can also take integer values of 23. Okay, so then that is working. There we go, do that. And now we can create the main function. So I'm just gonna type out def place underscore bed, and it's gonna take the parameter of entry. And now what I'm gonna be doing is putting the random module to use. So what we have to do is first what we have to do is give it a let me just code it down actually. So we just give it a heading which is going to be equal to a random dot randint value, and the randint has like two the starting point and the ending point. So we give it a starting point of something like 2 and give it a ending point of something like 12, because you possibly cannot rule a number greater than 12. So all we have to do now is just implement it. So all we do is just about label. I'm not going to be implementing scores, but you can do that. Equals to it's going to be equal to heading. I think that will do it. Let me put the function over here. So I enter any number and it guesses a different number every single time. There we go. So what else I can do is give it some sort of an image, a background image. So what I'm gonna be doing is uh, I'm not gonna be giving it any sort of a background image because I currently don't have any preloaded images, but you can go ahead and give it some sort of a cool little background image. And yes, so you can also just implement some sort of a thing which will just keep track of the score by first keeping it as 0. And if the entry will be equal to the heading, then what you can do is just increment the score by 1. So I'm just giving you some ideas what you can implement with this code. This is literally like not a complete project, it's just a sort of a prototype that you can expand on because I wanted you guys to have some sort of a challenge what you guys can expand and have fun making. So that's really cool and all. It's the project is really simple, but you can just go ahead show your friends or like known ones how you can just do stuff. You can keep a limit on the entry. So what you can do is like go ahead and make a little if statement. So like if the entry is equal to some high number, then you can go ahead and print some sort of message like invalid entry. So all you will have to do is just step out if the entry will be greater than a number which will be like 12, and all you do is just print out invalid, and else all you do is just step out else and just end in that over here. And I think it will work. I have not planned out this, so I don't think it will work, but let's just see. Let's just test it. Okay, so it threw an error, but it also so it did not execute anything. Okay, what happened? Oh yeah, so we have to make it a um, string, I think. So again, I did not plan out this, so I don't think if I so you can see it's showing invalid. So instead of what I could do is I can just do label text is equal to invalid entry is a proper number bit um, between 1 to 12. This should hopefully work and give you that label text if you enter some really stupid number. There we go. So that's a I expanded on one of the features, but that's how I'm telling you. You can expand on the other features like make some scoring system where if you guess the correct number, then like your score gets implemented by like +1 or +100, or you can make some sort of a coin system if you are like a super you wanna expand on this game really nicely. Then what I would really suggest is you use the save files, implement save files, so you can actually save the score of the player, which I think is pretty good. And you can just increases the stuff that you can do with Ticket. So I think I don't have any images also which I can put in and show you. Can try. I think I have one. Oh yeah, let's start out with this image also. Okay. So what I'm gonna be doing is just copy pasting that one because I always forget what to put. So I'm literally gonna be taking it from here. So So where was the image code? Where was the image code? Where was the image code? There we go. Just go over here and why have I made a comment over made the canvas, and what I'm going to be doing is just pasting this image code over here and changing the image name to code.ui.png. The image name is not the best part, you know. Okay, what happened? And code this doesn't work, then I don't know why. Wait, I don't know why isn't it picking that up. I think. Okay, let me try. Please, there has to be one image. Actually, let me just go here search for background, not PNG. There should be one. Oh, yeah, let's just take this one. It's black, but it has these little polka dots to it. So I thought we will like it. Actually, what I'm going to be doing is actually using this one. So let me just copy it to the folder I'm using. And what was the name? Okay. Sometimes this IntelliSense is not the best. That should have really worked. And it gives me a tiger skin kind of image. It's not the best part, you know. I hadn't planned out anything, so I just used one of the images that I had, just reused it. You know, still it looks pretty good. So you can see this is like a pretty cool project. Like also there's like function, like it's not like if you can enter just to any gibberish number and you can get some sort of stupid output, and even if you put in some text you will still get the output of invalid entry. So you can see it's a pretty good project and it's a not that difficult to do. It's only like 50 lines of code. Also it's just how much time did it even take? Not much. So you know it's pretty cool. And so that's it for today guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe to the channel. And until the next time we meet, bye bye.